Hey, it's your spiritual life coach Diamond, and this is a PSA for the Pure Spirits Aligned. If this message resonates, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because we're not here to play small. Let's get into it. Today, we're talking about the moment you become spiritually dangerous. There's a scripture that says in Psalm 82:6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. And once you truly understand that, everything shifts. This is the moment you tap into your God and Goddess energy. Not arrogance, not ego, but divine authority. This is something I was taught growing up. I watched it modeled. I learned from my mother what it means to truly walk in that essence. No matter how people moved around her, she stayed graceful, she extended mercy, and she stayed kind. However, there was always discernment applied. She knew when someone was no longer allowed access to her because they were taking advantage. And that balance, that's real power. Now, if we being honest, I practice this on and off because I got a very petty side, okay? That's my toxic trait. But I've always had a long rope with people before I ever got petty. And now, as a mom and a wife, I've reached a point in my journey, and as a God-fearing woman, first of all, where I don't respond with pettiness at all. You know, this is the moment you become spiritually dangerous, right? I feel like before I was a goddess in the flesh in the making, and now I am a goddess in the flesh, grounded, aligned, and unbothered. My focus going into the new year is simple. I'm gonna remain myself no matter what people do. I don't care who's falling short, I'm staying solid. And the beautiful thing is that means that not everyone gets access to me because there are layers to this frequency. God showed me something recently that true power is being spiritually immovable when you realize someone is jealous of you, disrespecting you, or taking advantage of you. This isn't about being a doormat because that's people pleasing, and we don't do that, pure spirits. This is about recognizing when someone is not operating with God in mind towards you. And when that happens, they get removed. You forgive them instantly, you keep being happy, you keep working on yourself, and you keep growing into the woman or man God called you to be, because that's where your blessings are, okay? And let me tell you something, the devil is funny, right? He wants you in that petty energy so bad. He wants you holding grudges. He wants you reacting because the moment you do, distance forms between you and God. That's how unforgiveness shows up, as pettiness, as grudges, as resentment. And once you elevate past that mind state, life changes, okay? This is the moment you become spiritually dangerous. You know, this year challenged me in every way. Relationships, family, friendships, everything. But all of it pushed me into this energy. And when I had to remove my two longest friendships because of envy and jealousy, it hurt at first. Because when they had things I didn't, I was never jealous. I was happy for them. Because I knew God would bless me one day with all of the things that I want, which He did. And when He started blessing me with those things, you know, they weren't happy for me like I was happy for them. You know, and what I realized was their healing had nothing to do with me. You know, so I forgave them and I kept enjoying my life. I've dealt with family members who hated me without cause. Some were jealous of my relationship with God, my bond with my mother, my marriage, you know, jealous of the type of mother that I became, jealous that I went to college, jealous of my relationship with myself, jealous of my content, just like people really could find anything to be jealous of. Like I've, even heard rumors from people I don't talk to anymore. And now I just laugh and I celebrate that those unaligned spirits no longer have access to this pure spirit. Okay. A year ago, that would have made me mad. I would have held a grudge, but I do understand now that insecurity comes out with anyone that those people see as a threat. And once you accept that, you're free. That's when I truly understood Matthew 5:8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Don't let anyone turn your heart cold. It's easier said than done, that's why you need God. So let me give you 3 signs that you've entered this energy. The moment you become spiritually dangerous is when you don't even feel like being petty anymore. When you're focused on your future and your happiness instead of, what they're doing or focused on what they've said about you. And last but not least, you genuinely wish them well, but you don't want them around you. That's discernment, that's alignment, and that's power. And the moral of the story is when they go low, you cut access. You don't stop being happy, you don't stop being graceful, and you don't stop being forgiving. You just stop letting everyone touch what's sacred. Okay, so thank you for tuning in to another message for the Pure Spirits Aligned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, if it's not divine, it does not align. This is the moment you become spiritually dangerous. It's your spiritual life coach, Diamond, signing out. Ciao.